Hey guys, so I'm going to do a little bit of like a tarot roulette. I'm going to pick the sign from my signed cards, decide which sign I'm going to do to cleanse the space. Just do a quick reading really. Okay. Whatever comes up, comes up. If it goes romance-wise, it goes romance-wise. If it's just life, it's just life. It's about life lessons. It's about life lessons, whatever it may be. I just wanted to show you as well quickly this chain that I got. I got it. It's not sponsored. I'm not sponsored. I think it's really stunning. I was actually half expecting it to come and be a bit of tar. Or if not a bit of tat, like just not come at all. I thought it was just not going to come at all, but it's from a company, and I think it's called it's either Regrow My Planet. The company is called. I found it on Facebook, which is why I was thinking it weren't going to show up, but look how beautiful that is. And if you look, it's like where's the camera? It's like a tree in the metalwork that goes up through the crystal. And they're stunning. They do them in all different colours and stuff like that. They do different designs as well. I think the moon ones mostly have the tree design on, but they do bracelets and stuff like that as well. I'm just not wearing it at the moment because I've got a really bad allergy to anything that's not gold, basically. So I've got to wait until I get a proper chain for it. But that is absolutely stunning, isn't it? So Regrow My Planet, if you're interested, go and check them out. If I can find the link, I'll put a link down below, but I'm not sponsored in any way. I just wanted to show you because I think it's beautiful, absolutely stunning. I'm really happy, and I think it was only about probably, I think I ended up paying with like a coupon or something like that, about £14, if that, with delivery. So definitely worth having a nosy at, because I think it's beautiful. I was expecting less. I'm actually shocked by it. That's why I wanted to show it. I'm shocked by it because I was expecting less. So who are we reading for today? Who are we reading for today? Ooh, that's 2 minutes. This deck here is a deck called, where are you? Heavenly Bodies. The Heavenly Bodies. It's a bigger deck than this. I'll show you some of the rest of the cards in a minute. Okay. Taurus. So we're reading for Taurus today. Get rid of them ones. It says on the card, trust, patience and sensuality. That's who we're reading for today. Let's have a look. Let's see what we can get. I like that that's gone for positive keywords, but I think it should have some of the known Taurus traits like stubbornness on there as well, because that's not always it's not a bad thing, is it? Stubbornness can get you what you want. If you're prepared to hold out for it, you can get what you like. Absolutely love incense. It does make me choke after about 20 minutes, so if I start kind of coughing or anything, I'll pause the video while I clear my throat. It does get on my chest a bit. So I've got the Knight of Cups. So this could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Hanged one, the Hanged Man even. Oh, Christ, we've got them all out here. Knight of Wands. getting a few things already coming into my mind, which we'll go over in a minute when we get a couple more cards. 10 of Cups. One more, please. One more for Taurus, please. That's too many. I'm not taking all them. I'll take you. And the Magician reversed. Okay, so straight off the bat, either there may be a third-party situation. We may be dealing with a third-party situation because we've got a lot of people here. So you could be dealing with a third-party situation in love. If it's not a third party, it may actually be that you may be in a relationship and there may be someone showing interest towards you. Maybe it may not even be warranted kind of attention, but there may be somebody that's coming towards you showing attention, or you may be getting a bit of attention from someone that maybe you're not getting at home, and it's confusing you a bit and you're feeling a bit kind of maybe pulled towards it. Maybe you might be, you might be indulging in it without actually having nothing in your mind to say that you would actually do anything, or that you go any further with anything, but you're just kind of indulging and just enjoying a bit of attention, really. So it could be that. So we've got that right off the bat. But this could also just be speaking about a friendship group. This could be speaking about a friendship group. Where connections... So... in my head, I went then when I was thinking friendship group. So this may be speaking of a friendship group where, it could be, my head went to kind of maybe attraction to, say, like a friend. And it may not be the norm, so it may be like same sex. That's where my head went with that then. So it may be like a same sex, that you might be having an attraction to somebody in your friend group, or there's somebody that you've been friends with a long time. That you might be feeling like you want to kind of express some kind of emotion to at the moment, but you're not sure how they're going to take it. With the Hanged Man here, there's a desire here to want to push forward. With the Hanged Man, we always think that we want to push forward, but in a situation there may not be anywhere to go with it. So it may be that you're just not sure of how you would move forward with it. Perhaps the other person isn't attracted to the same sex themselves or something like that, and maybe it's not your norm, and there's just because you get attracted to people. I believe you get attracted to people, personalities, and just people's mannerisms and the way that they are. And just if someone's fun and funny, you can be attracted to them. And sometimes we can confuse ourselves with it as well, feeling that we're attracted to them in like a sexual way, when it may not actually be that. It may just be that we just really enjoy the company, and we might have a tough time kind of distinguishing, does that mean I'm attracted to them? So you may be having questions going on in your mind about something like that. So the Knight of Swords, usually in a standard Rider-Waite deck, you would see the Knight of Swords would always be in action. They would always be in action. So this may be, if this isn't you and this Knight of Cups is you, wanting to express emotion to somebody, it may be that they're not really giving you any kind of a green light in the situation. And I say this because, he's stood still, he's not moving, he's not actually moving on the card, he's not in motion. You might be wanting to kind of dip into some kind of emotion, but they just might not be giving you any kind of signs that they're contemplating or ready for anything like that. If that's not the case, and this is like you might already be with someone, because with the 10 of Cups here, this is speaking about kind of being emotionally fulfilled, like kind of within a group, I would say, like, or being like kind of settled, being like kind of settled in an emotional sense. You may be settled, so it may be that someone's coming towards you and you're not really interested in it, but you may not be interested in it, but you may be still indulging, shall we say, in the flirtationship of it. You might be enjoying enjoying the attention, and that's I'm not going to skirt around it, because I can't skirt around it. That's what's coming in my mind. So you may be enjoying the attention that's coming towards you. However, there may be somebody else in the picture. There may be somebody else in the picture, and I say this because, like with the Knight of Wands, we actually have 2 people in the picture, so there may already be somebody else in the picture, and you may be feeling confused because perhaps what you've had going on may have come to a bit of a standstill. Not even a standstill, I mean, like, kind of, do you know when you get you go through the honeymoon phase, and then it all kind of peters out, and then you're just in the relationship, and it kind of gets a bit serious, and you stop doing like fun for, and everybody, I think all couples seem to go through that. You just like start wanting to spend time apart and stuff like that. So it might be that you're in something where you're at that phase of it where it's kind of pittering down a little bit, and it's kind of getting into the more that kind of stable, secure, just kind of daily, this is how it is kind of side to the relationship. And this may be throwing you off balance. You may be feeling that maybe they've lost interest in you in some way. However, with this Magician card here in reverse, it makes me feel like somebody may be leading somebody on. Somebody may be leading somebody on, and it may not even be nastily intentioned or anything. It may be that maybe someone's given attention, you're not really getting it like at home, like the passions kind of, because I keep looking at the 2 people. The passion with your person may have kind of gone to where it splits, and their time's kind of half with you and half with everything else going on in the life, and it may be leaving you feeling a bit vulnerable. So there may be somebody else that's showing you attention, or you may be like kind of conversing or speaking with somebody else, but you've got no intentions of taking it further. It's almost like you're just enjoying somebody. If that's not you, this could be your person. It's almost like they're just enjoying the flirtation part of it. They're just enjoying the flirtation part of it. So it's almost like it's leading on but not intending to lead on. So it could be that that's going to cause some kind of a problem within a relationship, maybe a relationship that's already established. So now, if this is not you and this is just pulling energies from around you, this could be that somebody's giving your other half attention, and they're not that interested. They're not making any moves towards it, but you may be feeling, or you may be getting, I don't even want to say suspicious, but you may be feeling, you may have been made aware of something, or something, you may have noticed something, and it's pulling on your attention, and it's like you might be starting to think, are they encouraging something? You may be feeling, are they encouraging something, and it may be causing problems between yourselves. What else am I getting? So there definitely is a need, because even with the Hanged Man, there is a need to see something from another perspective, or if something's coming towards you or going towards your person, and I feel like somebody's maybe suspicious or worrying about attentions either towards yourself or towards someone around you, and whether that is being encouraged. I feel like it's not being encouraged intentionally. If it is, it may just be like they're just kind of, someone is just enjoying the flirt, and then that's what I just keep getting. Someone is just enjoying like a flirtationship with no intentions of actually pushing it anywhere further. So there may be a need to, if it's you or if it's your person, to kind of scale back and just really look at things and look before you react, because this is a need to pause. If you're getting worried about somebody, maybe someone's cheating on you, it may be kind of making you think about doing things like looking through the phone or being dead suspicious of them and asking where they are all the time and getting a bit kind of caught up in that emotion. And this might be asking you just to have a pause on that. Don't do that. Or if someone behaving like that way towards you, it may be because they're feeling a bit insecure, but there's a need to look at something from a different point of view, or to take it into another perspective, because there is the possibility, if we think that somebody else is kind of playing in the picture who shouldn't be here, or that is causing problems, that we may overreact to it and do something that will cause irreparable damage. And with this hangman here, I feel like there's a need to pause, but there's also like this feeling here as well, like if it is someone coming in towards you and you are just kind of having a bit of laugh with them and not intending for anything, and maybe they're making out to you as well that they're not intending for anything either, but they are getting attached or catching feelings, and it may be now that you need to step back and kind of evaluate the situation, because even though it might be playful at the moment, it may be something that can kind of spiral and cause problems down the road. It may have somebody acting suspicious or jealous, or maybe watching and keeping an eye on, all directions, just keeping an eye on everything, and it can cause problems in that way. So what starts out as a bit of harmless fun could actually turn into somebody becoming very insecure and jealous and anxious, and it can cause problems in that way. So it's almost like if you are kind of having a flirtation friendship with somebody, that maybe you need to stop and really evaluate the situation, because there is there's water down here in this hangman card. You've got the water down here, we've got the moon, which signifies illusions, we've got the two trees there, duality. When we think about this hangman card here, we've got everything. We've got emotions, we've got illusions and deception possibly, and then we've got the balance, finding the balance, and the fact that these are two black trees, the silhouette trees, we don't have any form of balance really within the trees, signifies that it may turn out, it may be something that is not balanced. It's not going to be balanced, and it's going to be something that could blow up in your face a little bit, because somebody may catch feelings. And it may become an issue. So that I'm getting that very, very strongly. But there's almost like there's something here where you are quite content and quite happy. So it may be that it's just got to a point where it has plateaued, and every relationship does it. It may have got to the point where it's just plateaued, and this may be having you feeling a bit like kind of insecure or something like that. And if that's the case, then the idea that we tend to kind of bottle things up, but we need to get communicating. So if we're feeling like, the spark's going a little bit, or we're feeling like maybe, we're not quite comfortable with it being to the point of where it's plateauing and where we're kind of getting about our separate lives and stuff like that, it's communicating that, it's learning to communicate that and get that across to a person, so that you can find balance in the situation, so that you can find balance between each other in the situation, so that nobody's getting confused or feeling an emotional lack in some way. What else can we get? I do feel, though, I really do feel that there's going to be something that may not, it's something that we're kind of manifesting in, but we're not intending to manifest it. So it's almost like we're not expecting it to, we're just like playing around. We're not expecting it to evolve into something, and it's almost like if it does evolve into something, then it's going to cause problems somewhere else. And that's not to say that it's you that's going to be wanting it to evolve into something, but if the other person does and they get a bit kind of fixated, or they get a bit bothersome and a bit troublesome, then we need to be, you need to be evaluating whether, it's safe to kind of, that person's safe to have a laugh with, because I feel like maybe they're hiding stuff from you, they're hiding emotions from you, there's things that they're not expressing to you which may become bothersome down the road. What else was I just getting then? Alright. So we've got Sub Rosa, we've got I don't know where the camera is, hidden in plain sight, mysteries, and learning and teaching. So this could be like a real big learning curve for you. This could be something that, if you don't get on top of, it could be something that's going to be teaching you a probably unwanted lesson. So I feel like there's some, with the mysteries hidden in plain sight, it's almost like if someone's having a laugh and a joke with you, or someone's having a laugh and a joke with someone around you, they may be making out as like the friends or the pally, and it's just jesting and joking, and this other person may actually genuinely have the feels. They may be feeling something towards either yourself or your person, and it's something that could, through banter, could turn like kind of sour, especially if it's unwanted attention really, and the other person does have genuine deep feelings for you. It could be that they become a bit troublesome. Because I think when we think about the Knight of Cups, I think everybody always thinks, this is who we want though. We want the Knight of Cups. We want this knight in shining armor and coming rescuing us, the Knight of Emotions and all that. The Knight of Cups is probably the worst knight that you could get with, purely because their attention span is like a fish. It's like literally, what's shiny and great to them 1 minute, they soon lose their interest. So if you're being tempted into something, by someone that's kind of being a bit all about you, or a bit love bomby or anything like that, be very wary of it, because it's like they love it for as long as they love it, and then they'll have the emotions for it as long as they have emotions for it. And then when it starts not being the type of, or some kind of flaw is found, and it's not the perfection that they hoped or thought it would be, they're off, they're gone, they'll go after the new one. They'll literally be warming another bed somewhere before they've even ended it with you. They're already kind of preempting the next one before they've even ended with you. And there's that energy about and when we think of like, well, we always want the emotional one, we want something that feels for us. It's not always a good thing, because it's very flighty energy with the Knight of Cups. So with this Sub Rosa, hidden in plain sight, mysteries, learning and teaching, I feel like this is going to be, if you don't take the pause and you don't step back from something, or even if it's somebody doing this to someone around you, if you don't, you converse about it, speak about it. But with this Knight of Swords, he's stood still, so he's not rushing in. He's not rushing in like kind of sword ablazing, ready to kick off and ready to cause trouble. So it's just like, have this conversation. If there's something that's bothering you about somebody that may be encroaching on your business, speak to the person, your person. Speak, if you're in a relationship, speak to your person, and find out you know, what their thoughts and feelings are on the situation before you go kind of rushing in or getting all angsty or anything like that. So there's the need for the pause there, but a need for stable communication. He's not rushing in, he's not jumping the gun, he's not kind of kicking off and fighting for what, you know, for what he thinks or feels. Is quite stable, he's got his feet on the ground, and he's paying attention. And with these shadow selves here at either side of him, I almost feel like it's your go with your higher self, trust your higher self. If your higher self is telling you or trying to warn you or trying to communicate with you, listen to your higher self in a situation. And if it is to do with your person, and this is somebody that's around them and behaving that way with them, then communicate this to your person so that it's not all just going to spiral and get messy and out of control. Just tell them that you're concerned, and you know, you're not comfortable with where it's going, and just see where they're, you know, see what they've got to say for themselves, or see what they feel, because it could well be that they feel like this person's just having a laugh and a joke with them, and they're not quite getting that this person's attaching or something like that. So there's a need to not rush into any kind of, not get het up, not start overthinking, not getting carried away with our thoughts. It's about pausing and looking at the situation properly, because something is not as it's being presented, let's say. This is the rest of that Heavenly Bodies deck. See if we can get a little message to close out from this. Right, so that one came out. Right. I'm just going to take the ones. I'm launching everything everywhere. Okay, so we got, I'm just taking the ones that came up face up. So we've got Venus, give and receive love, find value, see beauty. And we've got the House 12, which is spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. So there's lessons, there's definite lessons being learnt here, and this may be something that you've gone through before, and perhaps you didn't see the pattern of how things played out before, and so it's like almost like a wake up, see what's going on before it gets to a point where it's troublesome, before it gets to a point where it's carried away. Or if it's someone doing this with your partner, and you've got carried away before, and it's ended up where you've been quite paranoid or quite upset, and it's caused a breakdown of a communication, breakdown of a relationship. It's like kind of learn from past mistakes. There's this feeling of learning from past mistakes and being able to heal and move through this. If we approach a situation calmly, or we communicate, even if this communication is us saying, look, I've got a friend and I feel like they're being a bit too flirty, or even communicating with our friend and saying to them, look, you know, I enjoy having a laugh and joke with you, but, you know, it's getting a bit too familiar now, and it needs to kind of back off a bit, you know, even if it's that. But there's a lesson that's got to be learned. There's some kind of lesson that's being learned, especially with Chiron, with hurt and heal. And this is about healing things from the past. So when we think of karma, we carry things forward with us. So from past relationships, we carry things forward. If we don't heal it, if we don't learn from it, and if we don't see where things went wrong and we continue behaviors, or if we don't address behaviors that we're seeing around us, and we allow it to keep going, we will continue to keep experiencing those same situations over and over again. And it's like learning to see you know, that I can't help but notice here. I mean, it's like a fish kind of swimming off here, but there's a cage there. So it's like being free, like set yourself free from something, from a pattern, from a lesson that maybe you've already learned, but you're not heeding like that the lessons from it, and you're getting yourself into situations again that can be a bit dicey and can cause problems for people or someone around you, and you may be pulled into an emotion. So it may be that you're just getting pulled into an emotion, which could be like jealousy or upset or worry, and it could be that you're getting pulled into this emotion. It's about kind of learning why you're getting pulled into this emotion, right? Address this situation, get it out on the table. If it's coming towards you, you know, kind of make sure boundaries are kind of laid down, and just get yourself beyond the situation. Figure out what it is that is causing this situation to keep kind of repeating in your life, because I feel like there may be a repeat, especially with karma, a sacrificial service, that I feel like there's a lesson that keeps kind of going over and over in your life. And especially with on this Taurus card, we've got trust, patience and sensuality. So it's like it may be out of your element. It may be that you can be a certain way, and then when you get into a relationship, it's like what should be pleasurable, what should be great, can become something that is quite anxious and quite like kind of terrifying for you because of a prospect of getting hurt, and that can stem from childhood traumas and stuff like that. But there's this feeling now that I'm feeling where it's like almost like a pattern repeating, and with the pattern repeating, we're not really learning from it. We just keep kind of going from one to the next, and it's playing over again. But we've got to change our behaviour. There's something that's got to be changed, because we can, you know, when we start thinking and when we start worrying and overthinking and getting paranoid about things, we manifest it in that what we don't want to manifest, and that's the Magician in reverse. That's the manifesting in a situation that we don't really want to manifest in. So it's something that we've got no intention, we don't want, we don't desire, you know, we're not intending for something to come of something, but we can manifest in the negative in that way. So there's that there as well. So I'm going to leave that there. So I feel like if you are in a situation where somebody's kind of approaching on your relationship, or if someone's kind of being a bit over friendly with you and you're feeling like maybe it is they're just a friend and they're just jesting and stuff like that, I feel like maybe this person may be catching feelings for you, and to be very careful that you're not unintentionally encouraging it. It's almost like there's an innocence about it where it's almost like you think it's just you're not even thinking in terms of like this is someone's getting like caught up in feelings or anything like that. You may just be feeling like your friend and we just jest with each other, and that might not be where they're at. So there may be something there like kind of about learning to read other people and their intentions towards you as well. Because it could be that unintentionally encouraging energy where you don't feel like it should be a problem because they're just a friend. It could be that you're unintentionally like kind of encouraging energies like that, and that could be something that causes problems within your relationships. And that might be, you know, another like scenario as to why your past relationships maybe didn't work out, and you feel like you've done nothing wrong, because to you you've done nothing wrong, but it's just recognizing the intentions of other people around you, because other people, when they approach on a relationship, whether they're friends or the family or anything like that, they can become a problem within the relationship, and they can become a reason why a relationship breaks down. So it's just learning with the karma card there. It's like learning to kind of read the room and read the intentions of other people and be aware of yourself and other people and their intentions towards you. So that's what I'm getting there. So I'm going to leave that one there. Okay. All right. Thank you.